You ready? I didn't realise there'd be so many people. Yeah, just try not to fidget. It will look all right. Every time you move, almost they'll be watching you. All that you've read about my dad. Focus. Come on.
The defense will base their case on one thing and one thing only. That Joel Deering, the deceased, was an evildoer. That he groomed and abused Miss Bolton, caused her to leave Weatherfield, leaving her friends, family, and neighbors worried for her life. In fact, you'll no doubt be aware from the local and national press, Miss Bolton's fate was for some time indeterminate. Too afraid to speak up, she let not one but two men go to prison for Mr. Deering's crimes, until she eventually told the truth. Yes, the defense will tell you what a vile creature Mr. Deering was. I don't need to waste your time with that. Listen carefully to them, because they are correct. Mr. Deering did all the things they'll say he did. That's why Miss Bolton killed him in cold blood. We are not here to find a motive. I've seldom seen one stronger. But revenge, ladies and gentlemen, is no justification for murder. Remember this. Joel Deering is not on trial here. Lauren Bolton is. Professional opinion. How many times was Mr. Deering hit in the head?
3 times.
Is it possible to say which blow killed him?
Well, the wound to his face was superficial. Blunt force trauma was the cause of Mr. Deering's death, so one of the 2 blows to the back of the head.
He was dead before he came into contact with the water.
In my opinion, that's likely.
And these 2 blows were landed with the same object?
Yes.
In other words, until Miss Bolton was satisfied that her victim was dead.
Your Honour, the witness can't possibly answer that question.
Sit down, Miss Wadsworth. Mr. Poyser, mind your line of questioning pertains to the facts of the matter.
Is it possible you're mistaken? That Miss Bolton told the truth and there was only 1 blow dealt?
It's unlikely.
So it was a lie. She's a liar. No further questions.
Can you stop tapping?
If you don't mind, I just have a few more questions around Mr. Deering's head injuries. So, in your original report, you stated that there were 2 wounds. 1 to the face, 1 to the back of the head.
That's correct.
And then you subsequently stated that there were, in fact, 3, and that this 3rd wound was caused by Mr. Deering being struck with the same object at the back of the head.
Yes. 2 of them worked very close together, which I incorrectly reported initially as a single wound. Both injuries were very similar in terms of the diameter and the shape, and so it seems in all probability they were caused in the same manner.
So you say, in all probability. So is it possible then that you might be wrong? Or mistaken in your conclusion?
With all due respect, this isn't guesswork we're talking about here. Forensic pathology is a specialist area and we're not prone to making mistakes.
Well, you just made quite a big one before. You left one of the wounds off entirely in the original report.
Yes, but as I explained...
So is it then possible that this 3rd wound, originally unaccounted for, was caused not by a blow to Mr. Deering's head, but by his head striking the ground after he fell?
I couldn't rule it out.
Sorry, is that a yes?
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honour?
During the course of your investigation, you discovered Miss Bolton had access to Mr. Deering's whereabouts via a tracking app on his phone. And you're certain that Miss Bolton used that app to locate him on the night he died?
Yes.
Does that strike you as typical behavior for someone who, as she claimed in your interview with her, was afraid for their safety? For someone who claims to have acted in self-defense?
It's hard to say, it's complicated.
I'll make it a little easier for you then. On the night Mr. Deering was killed, was she running away from him, or was she trying to find him?
She was looking for him.
She was looking for him. And could you remind us of Miss Bolton's actions after Mr. Deering was killed?
Can you be more specific?
Well, did she call the police? Did she call an ambulance? Did she alert anyone to what had happened, to what she had done?
Not to my knowledge.
In fact, is it not the case that she tried to cover up her actions, to make it look like a suicide?
Yes.
Look, is everything all right? It's just I can't stop worrying about what that prosecutor bloke was saying. About there being 3 wounds and not 2. I mean, is it going to hurt my case?
2 or 3 blows doesn't necessarily prove intent to murder. But I told you from the start, it were not going to be easy. And I need you to be honest with me. To tell me the truth.
I have told you the truth.
You didn't hit him twice.
What? No, Look, I am telling you the truth, all right?
All right. All right, I believe you. Let's just hope the jury does too.